Now, you may be wondering how I ended up in a place like this. And I'm gonna tell you. There was once a pretty lady, much like yourself, and I fell deeply in love. She and I were like fire and ice, perfectly complementing each other, but also in the end destructive. Anyways, I decided that I would propose to her. And on the night of our proposal, when I decided to finally pop the question, I had gotten permission from her father, of course, and then I chose to tell her exactly how I felt. Her father was down, her mother was down. Everybody thought that I was the man for her. Anyways, I rode up on my trusty steed to the place where she was living. She was working as a serving girl for a saloon, just like this. And I thought a fellow like me, I could easily woo her over with some nice words. But no, I came in and she was alone. And I finally told her that I loved her. And she told me she didn't know how she felt and that she couldn't marry me right now. I apologize as I continue drinking. I'm slowly slurring my words. So I made my choice to give her time because, as any gentleman would, I decided that I would make sure she had the chance, to choose me. So, that night, she was kidnapped by some devilish fiends. Men without honor, I do say. And so, I hunted them down and, how should I say it, massacred them. They didn't stand a chance. I'm the best gunman in the West. I do say so myself. But I picked her up and carried her back. She was bloody and raw. And I gave her a couple days. But she still never told me she loved me. And that I never could marry her. I thought, why? Like, what part of me can't she love? How am I not someone who is suited for her? It was the worst feeling a man could ever get, knowing that the person I loved doesn't love me back. That was too much. I decided I need to get away for a little bit. And of course, the moment I leave, town was attacked. This is around the time of Bleeding Kansas, of course, and as we all know, I'm from Kansas. The town was a Union town, anti-slavery, as it be, wanting to free black men, which I totally agree with and respect. Everybody knows that I fought on the Union side of the Civil War. But they was attacked and people died. And she was among the individuals who weren't able to escape. I spent years telling her I loved her, telling how much she meant to me, being with her, courting her. I got permission from my father and her mother. Everybody knew that I was the one for her. I could have felt it, even if I'd given her just a couple more weeks. She might have said yes, but she didn't, 'cause, the damn slavers, they thought they knew something better. Violence. I couldn't stay in Kansas after that. So what I did is I signed up for the Union Army once the Civil War broke out. Became an officer. I fought with General Grant all the way up and down to Mississippi. And that was probably the best time of my life outside of loving and being with her. It's unfortunate too. She was just someone that I loved and cared about and knew so much. And it was all thrown away for what? No more slavery. So after the war, I came out to the frontier, you see. I found happiness again for a short time in the saddle. Then I became a sheriff in a little town. It was a good life there. Not the life I wanted, but the good life. I still think back, what if she had come with me any nights before that? I went back there after doing my time as sheriff, and I found a letter in a box her father had kept away and never opened. Father had passed, you see, and I was helping her mother out. It hurt me coming back to Kansas, but it is what it is. I opened the box and I found the letter. The letter was addressed to me, yours truly, and I decided to read that letter, and I wish I never did. It was a letter saying she loved me, that I was the one for her. It was dated for the day before the town was attacked. It makes me realize that had something gone awry, anything, that she'd be with me here and now. I'd probably be someplace east of the Mississippi on some little farm with her, with our children and probably grandchildren all around. But it was never to be. Guess the good Lord above had different ideas for me. So then I came back out west, and I came down here, the town of Tombstone. I've been seeing there's been some trouble in Tombstone, and things are, how should I say, moving towards a violent direction. I'll be heading out in a few weeks, but, well, I just wish Doc and the boys best they can. Alright. There's my life story, young lady. Hope you enjoy it, because you're the last person that's ever gonna hear it. I'm ranching up, riding with some green boys, driving cattle up to that new fangled place in California. They need some cattle for meat in San Francisco. Gold rush has been going on for a while, but it's over now, so here we are. I don't expect to return from this journey. I expect to die here, or on the trail, or in San Francisco. And you'll be the last person that ever heard my life story. Alright. It's been nice talking to you, lass.